Hi guys, welcome to my author channel. Today I want to have a discussion about, is writing an art form? And when I speak about art, I'm speaking about that thing that is created through passion and vision, and that comes from the soul, and that comes from the heart. And that is why I am very anti-AI. Okay, because to me, AI is a machine that is processing. There is no heart, there is no soul, there is no passion, there is no fire, there is no vision, there is no imagination. AI is a machine. Okay, it works like your blender, basically. And it has taken what already exists, compiles it, and then spit something out by mashing different stuff together, like different stories, different styles, and then creating a different story, but none of it is original. Okay, so when I say, is writing an art form? Absolutely. Passion is something that as human beings we can't really quantify. We can't really analyze it and explain it and like give a scientific explanation for it. Writing from the soul, from your heart, from for example, I'm a tarot reader on YouTube. I'm on, if you're interested in tarot, it's at the Raven Oracle on YouTube. I have my own channel, so I'm very connected. I'm highly intuitive. I'm highly empathic as a human being, and I'm very connected to the divine. So when I write my stories, I tune into that. I don't go into a whole meditation process and then start writing. I just start writing because that passion, that fire, that imagination that is boundless and limitless comes from a place that I could never possibly understand. And I'm so grateful every single day that I have an imagination that I do. And that is also why I write fantasy and sci-fi, because especially fantasy, there are no limits to anything. You can break like all the scientific rules there, even physics, there's magic, there's mystery, there is the unexplained. But in fantasy, you can explain it if you want to, but you use your imagination to explain it. And it will never make sense in our world as earthlings on this planet, this 3D world, where we have all these limitations, and there isn't necessarily magic. And if we do see something that is inexplainable, we give it that word. Okay, but it is just the normal thing of the universe. So art for me, I come from the world of the performing arts. I have been a dancer since the age of 5 years old, and I've been an actress. I am still. So I'm still a ballet teacher, but I was raised in the performing arts. I'm an actress, I'm a performer, I'm a dancer. My personality as well, I don't know if you can tell, but my personality is very vivacious. So I was a character dancer. I told stories on the stage. You can see by my hands, I'm very expressive. And my face, I'm very expressive. And that is just who I am naturally. So I really made an impact when I was on the stage. But that passion, that drive, that talent, I can't, there wasn't a formula. Yes, I had to practice. I worked dang hard to become a professional ballet dancer, contemporary jazz dancer. For 25 years, I was on the stage. And I can't tell you where talent and gift comes from. Okay. Yes, I had to do the physical practice of becoming a dancer. I had to put in the work. But when it comes to artistry, and this is what I'm focusing on in writing as well, an artist is someone who writes from a place that is unexplainable, inexplicable, unquantifiable. You cannot, give it all these first I did this, and then I did that, and then I did this, and then it created this book. And then, yes, we have to follow rules. I'll talk about that later. You can follow the rules of writing. Yes, grammar, if you're an English writer, grammar, punctuation, style, pace, but also when it comes to pace and rhythm in writing here, that's very much what you feel your story needs. It's not really written, it's not a law kind of thing. It's also that inexplicable thing, that feeling that you get when you're writing your story. So is writing an art form? Yes. That is why AI will never be able to emulate a true writer, a real writer who doesn't use one iota of AI to write their stories. So guys, if you've written your story with AI, I'm sorry to tell you, and I'm going to be blunt, you are not a writer. Okay. You have not put any passion, vision, you've not put your soul into it. You've not bled, as I think it's Fitzgerald. He said, you sit down at your typewriter and then you bleed. It is a part of you. It is a part of your soul when you create and you write a story that moves people emotionally. AI cannot move people emotionally. It just can't. It's a machine. It's mindless. It's soulless. It can't. So when I write stories that make people cry and make people laugh out loud and get them excited about the next book, then I know that I'm an artist. And I want to encourage you writers, the real authors, the people that sit down and bleed onto the page, who give birth to these beautiful, magnificent stories that just make this world a better place, because that, at the end of the day, that's what art is. Art makes this world. Take away art on this planet, we will be nothing. We will be ashes. Okay. Music, acting, movies, stories, writing, anything, dancing, beautiful ballerinas, professional dancers on the stage, going to see a play, seeing actors, acting opposite each other and creating magic on the stage. When you go and watch a movie and a play, or you're reading a book and you are emotionally invested as a reader into someone's story, they are an artist. And as a writer, when you create like that, you are an artist. End of story. Okay. If you use AI, you are not an artist. You are not. You are asking a machine that has no passion, no heart, no soul to put words in order, mush them around and throw rubbish out. And it's never, ever, ever going to make people weep and laugh and become angry with a character. It's just never going to happen. Okay. So, if you've read AI slop and that has happened for you, then it's very possible that something has come from someone else's book, so I just wanted to make this because I want to encourage you as authors and writers to continue to bleed onto the page because you are so important to this world. People need to listen, to hear your stories. People need to hear your voice. And it doesn't matter if you are also a fantasy author. The words, the way that you put the words together, the way that you think, the characters, the very unique characters that you have interacting with each other, the story that you tell will never be like another fantasy author's. It never will, because you are writing from a place of your personal experiences, your passions, your life experiences, and you are putting that together and you are allowing your imagination to guide you, to rule you, and you are you're putting all the stuff out onto the page and you're writing it. That's why that first draft is actually so important, because that is you purging the story out onto the page. It's like, you get it out onto the page and you write that first draft, and don't worry about making mistakes and messes and everything like that. You get that first draft out, because it's like this lump of fire, passion, energy, soul work. Okay, then you become the editor, and then you start putting it in order. But that has to be there first. That heart has to be there first. Okay, you are an artist, and I never ever want you to think of yourself as anything less. Your soul lights up when you tell your stories. You are a being of fire and power, you know, even if it's got nothing to do with religion. It's just, if you're a being of fire and power and energy, and, you know, you have vision and you have this wild imagination, you are a magnificent, powerful human being. And never forget that. Okay. AI is none of what I've just said. All right. Guys, thanks for joining me. I hope this encouraged you. Just believe in yourself. Never for a second doubt what you are writing, and if what you are writing is rubbish or not. That's got nothing to do with it. Okay. You write. As you write, you learn, you grow, you become better and better with each book you write. Since I started writing to now, I'm so much of a better writer. And just as I said, just keep believing in yourself, because you're an artist. Okay, I'll see you next time.